Virgo, this is your May monthly. This is a love reading. Before I get into the reading, I would first like to kind of advertise a little promo I'm doing. It will start May 1st. My summer appears to be a bit lighter, which is nice, so I thought I could try to pick up some extra clients. So there is a promotion that for the first 10 people who email me, they will get a free reading of their choice. There are limitations to this. I'm not going to look at, 10 areas, but I'm open. So typically it's one area and the reading would be about 30 minutes. If you just want a quick, card for each area, we can do that too. We can try to fit in what we can fit in 30 minutes. Like I'm open to negotiate, but yeah, send me an email. I don't do, schedule Skype readings or anything because of schedules and, we all live all over the world. So I typically will do a recording and send it to you. And I will need some information from you in order to do that. So yeah, I hope that I get to connect with some of you that way. So check it out. If it goes well, I'll probably do it a few more times, but I'm capping it at 10 just because I don't want to get overwhelmed. Okay, now for the reading. So I'm kind of saying for my readings this month, I seem to change my mind every other month. But this one is just a love reading. It is for people who are wondering about a relationship, a person, whether you just, separated from them, whether they are in your life. But these are for people who are struggling in relationships or just need some guidance. So if you are happy in your relationship, this isn't for you. I'm a Virgo and this doesn't resonate with me. So it's not going to resonate for everyone. With that being said, I will begin. So Virgo, at the center of the spread, we can see that the relationship is represented by the Five of Pentacles and the Judgment card. So the relationship is kind of in a, what's the word I'm looking for? There's something lacking. Either both of you are feeling this way or one of you, I would assume it's you, Virgo, because the reading is for you, is feeling left out, abandoned. There, could have been a third party. I have to say that when that card appears and that I did see other third party energy. So this could be, the aftermath of the relationship after an affair. This could also just be a relationship that is kind of in financial turmoil. And I say that because I'm seeing a lot of pentacle energies. If it's not about the money, it's about security, just emotional security. You're not getting it. And what Judgment is telling me is that you're either in for a rude awakening or you've already had one, and Judgment is trying to show you something. Like the universe is showing you who this person is, who this relationship is, what the dynamic is between you two. And I have a feeling you're not really listening because I clarified with the Eight of Cups in reverse, and that tells me that you're not able to walk away, that you know that this is not emotionally serving you, but you can't seem to walk away. What I see up top here that was clarifying this stuff was the Ten of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups in reverse. So this relationship I have a feeling that it's definitely coming to its end, whether you want that or not. The universe is going to force it. But what I see more than anything is that this relationship, it may be a longer term one for sure with the 10 Pentacles, but more than anything, I almost get this idea with the Ace of Cups in reverse that on the outside, this looks like a really good relationship. You make good money, they make good money, you dress nice, you look nice. You're maybe, what society would look at as a nice couple or a responsible couple or whatever you want to call it, or a family, but there's no emotion there. Behind closed doors or behind, Facebook, there's no emotional connection. There's rejection or repression or just there's not an emotional vibe between you two. I think someone's been rejected or just, what's the word I'm looking for? There's an emotional letdown in some case here. Now who you are in this relationship, a part of me thinks this relationship is I think it's still going for a majority of you, but it's struggling. And I say that because you are the Temperance. You are Temperance, and I asked why, and I got the Two of Pentacles. So the first thing I thought was, you are doing everything in your power to make this work. You are just driven to make this relationship work because Temperance is about alchemy. And often it's about two very, very different elements that, can be difficult to blend. But you are doing everything. You're going to slow down, you're going to speed up, you're going to change your ways, you're going to change your personality, you're going to do what you need to do to make this work. And with Two of Pentacles, you're not going to be able to do this forever. You might be doing a really good job now, especially to the outside world. It may look like you're doing fine, but eventually you're going to have to put something down. Another message for you is that maybe you're the financial breadwinner. Maybe your partner's bad with money. Maybe your partner has a gambling problem. I don't know. For some of you, it definitely could be that you are juggling money in this relationship. Maybe you and your partner accumulated debt together or purchased something together, and you don't want to leave them because it's like, now I have this mortgage, or now I have whatever it is you bought. I don't know which one it is, but I see that you're doing too much, because your advice is the Queen of Swords with this person. Your advice is to be the Queen of Swords, because right now this is who you are. You're the Nine of Pentacles in reverse with the Ten of Wands in reverse. So this tells me that you are feeling very insecure in this relationship, emotionally and most likely financially, maybe even, and you are carrying all this burden. And I think it's because you don't want to be alone. Because, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, she needs to be with someone. She doesn't feel self-sufficient on her own. She's very insecure. If this is money too, there's something that you need to see that you're not seeing, because I clarified, what does the Queen of Swords, what is this advice about for Virgo? And I got the Sun, and the Sun illuminates things, and that's what this Queen of Swords is good at. She's been through it all. She's been through a few rough times, which have made her kind of the Ice Queen. Nothing gets by her. She doesn't suffer fools gladly, and she's not afraid to use that sword and cut people out. She sees right through that bullshit, and I think there's bullshit going on that you need to cut out. That could be the person, that could be, an aspect of the relationship. I don't know what it is, but you need to be this Queen of Swords and stop being this person who's giving, trying to get, because you're never going to get security from this person until you're able to give it to yourself. And what I'm seeing is this person's not sharing the load with you. They're not sharing that burden with you. You're taking it all because you want it to work. Now, who your partner is. And again, I say this in all readings. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. These energies can be vice versa. Like, this could be your partner and you could be this person over here. I say what I see, and then you guys have to kind of fill in the blanks. But, the Chariot in reverse is representing your partner. Your partner, the Chariot in reverse is someone who's very out of control. They lack direction. And when I clarify with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups in reverse, and just the way I was communicating with Spirit, it's like they don't have realistic goals, plans, ideas, and they don't know how to make that happily ever after. And I think that's what you're chasing and or striving for. And I just don't know. I don't think this person is capable of giving it, because I think they're just totally out of control. And, I asked why or what was causing it. And I got the Page of Cups in reverse with the Two of Swords. And then I clarified the Page of Cups with the Three of Cups. So for some of you, you are dealing with someone who's got a drinking problem, a partying problem, and they are just in denial about it. Like, they're like, no, I'm not, I'm fine. But that there's they're out of control here. For others of you, this is a different type of immaturity. This is, this person is emotionally unfaithful. And, with that Three of Cups there, this person may be emotionally deceitful, and they may go out and, chat up other people and, maybe even date other people or connect with other people, men or women, depending on who your partner is. And they're in denial about it. They just don't want to believe that that's what they're doing. They somehow rationalize it, maybe. I don't know. And their advice is the Knight of Wands. And I kind of thought, interesting. And I said, why? And I got the Two of Cups in reverse. So that, the Knight of Wands often for me as advice is to take action. So, because I don't think your partner takes action with that Two of Swords there. Like, they just, they leave it up to you to decide, and you don't want to let them go. So, they get win-win, right? They get to, have their cake and eat it too, whatever their cake may be. And what I'm seeing is that I think your partner knows on some level that there is no emotional connection in this union, right? We have two cups reversed here, and we have an ace of cups reversed there. So emotionally, there's not a connection. And my argument, and some of you might not like this, just from my life experience thus far, if there was an emotional connection, you would not stray, right? Like if you have a drinking problem, that an addiction's a different story. But if this is about a third party, if you have an emotional connection, you don't stray, right? It's usually that's what's lacking. I guess some people would argue for men, no, but I don't know. Anyways, my point is that your partner needs to take action. And I said, why is the Knight of Wands their advice? And then I got the King of Pentacles in reverse. So what I'm seeing is the Knight of Wands may also be saying you need, just like your advice was you need to be the Queen of Swords, they need to be the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is like the biggest player, right? They just flirt, they date, they just want experiences. They don't want to be tied down, and they're flighty, they're impulsive. And so maybe that's who your partner is in their life at this time, and they're not ready for this, family unit, happily ever after, or commitment. And so the cards are saying, just do this, do what, because you're not committed, right? The King of Pentacles in reverse is not committed. He might care about money though. I've often seen him come up in reverse when, someone's involved in a relationship, but it's more because they want the financial benefits of a relationship, but they don't want the emotional commitment, or fidelity part, right? And so that might be who you're dealing with. And so this is saying if you need to be the Queen of Swords and they need to be the Knight of Wands, that tells me that you need to cut this person out and they need to go play around the field, because that's what they want to do. And I think ultimately that's probably what they're doing. Whatever they're doing is self-destructive and it's destructing the relationship. And that's what I'm seeing. Now, your advice cards, you had flow of prosperity and take charge of the situation. Now, typically I don't read these cards reverse, but flow of prosperity did come out in reverse. And right away, very strongly, I felt, Virgo is blocking their flow of prosperity because they're hanging on to something that's just dragging their vibrational energy down, right? And that's a choice. No one's making you stay there. And I just feel like if you were able to let go of what, the universe is not going to bring you a loving partner if you don't love yourself first. The universe is not going to bring you a loving partner if you're hanging on to an unloving partner, because you're giving really mixed signals, right? And same with money. If you're overly fearful about money and just gripping your last penny and working overtime and it's not going to work. The energy is not balanced. Money needs a give and take, a flow. And so you need to unblock something. You need to let something go in order to free yourself up. And then the next card was take charge of the situation, which I just laughed at because that's exactly what this Queen of Swords does. So Virgo, where are you not taking charge? Where do you know that you need to take action, that you need to do something that you're not able to do? And this queen does it with no emotion, right? She's got to put the emotion away because the emotion isn't going to help her, right? Right now, you're dealing with a lot of emotion. So there's a message in there for someone. Your overall advice with this person was unfinished symphony. So unfinished symphony is about an incomplete lesson, a lack of closure, and the need to make amends sometimes. So this judgment card makes me think that that's definitely about a lesson that is trying to be, like, the universe is trying to let you learn it. And, I always say, change is inevitable, but growth is optional, right? Change is inevitable, right? You can't avoid that, but you don't have to grow. The universe will keep dishing out different people with the same story, the same heartbreak, the same rejection until we learn the lesson. And, this message is just telling me and reiterating that you are struggling to move on from this person. This card talks about maybe things are left unsaid. You haven't had the opportunity for closure. You might still feel bound up in the relationship because closure is denied to you. And what this card also says, which I'm very glad because I was just going to say it, is that closure doesn't happen as a result of someone else. That's giving them way too much power, and we should never do that. Closure comes from within, right? And so they're saying write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. You can write a letter and burn it. Do what you need to do to get closure from yourself, because don't put that on someone else to give you that. You need to be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. So, Virgo, if your partner let you down and cheated and you're trying to stay in the relationship, I don't think you're able to. I think that no matter how much you care for this person, that, you know, that's something really hard to let go of and forgive and move on. And you might be trying to do that, but I don't see that they are. Like, they're just doing what they want and living in denial. And I think that they are not ready for a commitment. And I think that you are trying so hard to make them ready, but I just don't see that they're being ready. So I hope that that was helpful for some of you. And I will be in touch in June, I believe.